In this video, we're going to do a little bit more work on the thumb. We're going to extend it, get that knuckle in place. And beyond that, this is just an exercise in making things look what you would call right. And there's no right and wrong to this. This is completely aesthetic. Once you've got that thumb knuckle in place, it's just trying to make things look reasonable. And you've got to consider where you're going to be using this hand as to how much time you actually are willing to spend putting details in it. Some details can be added later with image maps or bump maps or even displacement maps if it's going to be going into an environment that will use those. And we'll talk about those in the next course quite a bit. But at this point, we just want to get the hand a little bit more in shape and especially get that thumb knuckle going. So let's get to it. We'll go to vertex mode here. Thumb's a little bit too short. So let's bring it out. This is a three-dimensional environment, so you're going to have to do something and then check it from a lot of different angles to see if it looks reasonable. Okay, that's a fairly reasonable length there. And, the size here, it's, I could comment on each of these pixel pushes, but now let's do our edge loop. Now because of the way we built this edge loop is going to have an odd shape here. It's going to go partly under the hand. So let's take a look at it here on the bottom. So we're going to need to move these vertices forward and translate. Okay, and remember this is three-dimensional, so it might look okay in this view, but come to another view and all of a sudden it's a mess. So just okay, and we'll scale it down a bit. Okay, and we're going to need to rotate both this joint and the end and the tip of the finger, so tip of the thumb. So, and our rotation is at the center of the object. So that doesn't work very well. So we're going to need to move D pivot point. So we'll move it over. Okay, that's a little better for the moment. And then we'll scale it. Don't want to get too small here. That might be a little too small. Let's crank this back out a bit. Okay, and now our thumb knuckle. We can do a little more work on this. It needs to line up a little better. We'll move D pivot point again and rotate it. And it gets a little bigger around, so we'll have to deal with that a little bit. Of course, we're coming from an odd angle, so we're probably messing up where the individual vertices are. And yeah, it's kind of like a broken thumb now, so we'll go in here. We're going to have to reshape this a little bit. And, you could spend your life doing this, so you got to decide how far you want to go. So we're going to add our offset edge loops. There's all three. Click off. Now we'll rotate around. Okay, well, we could do a little more work on this. Line this up a little better. Maybe let's scale it up a little bit. Okay, we had a couple of vertices that weren't selected, so we need to line this all up. And of course, remember this is a 3D, so just because it might look okay in one view, and you see we come to another view and now it's still a mess. You just have to decide how much time you want to spend on this kind of thing. Okay, and that's a little out of line there. And bring this one in. And still have those on the edge. Some degree it's like working in an auto body shop here, straightening out a fender. Grab those two. Okay. All right. So that's a little better. Okay, and as you look at the hand, you can just say, okay, what's going on? And the back of the hand here looks really too long. It's not really looking human-like how long that stretches out. So we're going to grab these vertices here at the wrist and the back of the hand and just translate them forward a little bit. Shorten that up. And now the outside edge of the hand is still kind of all flat, so maybe we'll deal with that. Maybe we'll deal with some things around where the thumb connects. You just kind of look around and decide what looks like it needs the most attention. So we'll move the edge of the hand out, move this a little forward, grab the next group of vertices, grab the next group of vertices. And that might be a little bit too forward on the outside. Again, there's no right or wrong to this, you're just making it look right. Okay, so that's looking a little better. And let's take a look in smooth. Okay, the thumb is still way too big, so let's deal with that a little bit. And check it again. Now it's getting there. Probably needs a little more, but okay, well, it's better than it was, but you know, you can decide how much you want to actually fiddle with this. Line that up there. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to do on this video. This is starting to get really long, and as you can see, we could spend an amazing amount of time with this. So we're going to save our scene and get our little message, and we'll see you in the next video.